Hello and welcome to Work Excel. In this session, we'll learn about the function called SUMIFS. Using this function, we can get the summary total for the given values in any of the columns available over here. For example, if I want the total for KitKat over here, I can easily use SUMIFS. Let us see how. I am Sanjay Gandhi. I'll take you through 5 methods of using SUMIFS. We start using SUMIFS using the function. And the first value required over here is sum range. This has to be a numeric column. So we select sale column over here, a comma, criteria range is the next column, and that happens to be KitKat, for example, is my product column. Remember, the length of these two columns should be same, comma, and the criteria here is KitKat. So I press enter and I see that the value is clearly shown for KitKat only. Let us verify the same. Select the KitKat value here, hold the control key, go to the next KitKat value here, hold the control key, and the next one. And then this also. So we find that the total value here, 78,500, matches with this value, 78,500 over here. If I try, for example, for Choco over here, uppercase, lowercase does not really matter. Then the value is 93,000 over here. Let us verify. First Choco value, hold the control key, second and third value. We can notice that the total over here matches with this total. So our function for SUMIFS for single criteria works fine. So we save it for future reference. And now we try for region, for example, where we try mixed regions also. So first we try a single region over here. SUMIFS, for example, entire column sale, comma, matches with the entire column region, comma, the criteria being north. And very simply the answer is correct, 52,000 over here. So if you verify over here for north values, my first value, hold the control key, second value and the third value matches with 52,000 over here. Let us try mixed values here, comma, south. This does not match because I need to modify some criteria over here. So we can place wildcard criteria here using double quotes, star, th, close double quotes, enter. You can notice that th happens to be last two characters in north and south. Therefore, star th in double quotes works good for us. So if we try to match the values here, 92,000 for example, we can see that our south, then north, and north, south, and then north again matches the value of 92,000 over here and over here. This is correct. So we can apply the mixed criteria using wildcard entry over here, and we save this for future reference. Let us try to work and find out how we can find out 1 month's value for any month over here. You can notice that when I mention month over here, May 17 for example, it shows me 1st May 2017 by default over here. So if I enter over here, for example, alphanumeric combination October-17, enter, go back to October 17, it shows me 1st October 2017 by the format DD YY. So I can see that first date is automatically shown here when I enter the month and year over here. Let us try to find this sum now. In this case, we'll be required to find date starting from 1st October ending till end of October. So we'll try SUMIFS over here. The first column has to be the sale column, comma, second the date, comma, and the criteria has to be double quotes, more than, equal to, double quotes, and that's ampersand. The date I need over here is 1st October, so I select a cell. We cannot include that combined in one criteria because we cannot use J18 within criteria. That will not compare the value correctly. So we put a comma here and put another set of criteria which has to be a pair, column first and the criteria afterwards. Like we have a column first and criteria over here. So this is a complete criteria for me, more than equal to J18, which is more than equal to 1st October. So we go for second selection once again, the criteria range, then a comma and double quotes, less than equal to, we need end of October, that is 31st October. So we can use EO month function over here, which takes the date from here, comma, 0 means current month, close bracket for EO month and close for SUMIFS. Enter. We see that we get the answer for October 17 over here. Let us verify this. October is this one. Click, and then October is this one. So the values here are 72,500, matches with the sum over here. Let us change that to May 17, for example, May-17, enter. So we get the answer for May 17. These are the two values, 42,000, and this matches over here. So this works fairly good for us while using month over here. Save it for the future reference. On the other hand, if we apply, for example, month over here, we can also try this. So we get the display available this way. Right align, have the borders. So we've got the month available. We can apply another sum function over here, SUMIFS function over here, to get the values now. So in that case, we can try, for example, equals SUMIFS on sale, comma, month column, comma, May 17 here, enter. And the answer for this is same. So in case you're allowed to have another column in the data, you can do this and try to get the answer over here like this. So this works fairly good for us to get the value over here. And this value matches with this value. We can either use this function. In case we are allowed to add the column, you can then add the column for month and have this function applied. This is fairly easy. Likewise, if I want the year, for example, I can always extract the year over here. And try to get the year over here. And work on this. So if I say, for example, equal to SUMIFS, sum range, comma, the year here, comma, and the year here, enter, so we get the answer over here. So if I try this, for example, the values over here, I can see that all the values matching 2017 should be totaling up to the required answer. And we can see that the answer is correct over here. So this way, if we are allowed, for example, to have the new column available, we can use this method, or we can apply the year method also in the same way as we have applied the month method over here. So that's about 4 functions of SUMIFS carried forward over here. Now if I want to create a kind of a double dimension table over here, I can work with this display like this. SUMIFS, for example, first has to be the sum column for sale. Now because I need to copy my functions across and down, so I must lock my ranges. Whenever there is a function that is to be copied across in Excel and that contains a range, we must lock the range fully. So we press F4 over here to lock the range fully over here, comma. We are going to match region over here, so we select the region over here. Because this is also a range, so we must lock it by pressing F4 once, comma. I then select the region over here. This one is a single cell entry over here, and this happens to be in the same column. When a single reference that we mention in a function happens to be in the same column, then we lock the column. So we press F4 3 times. 1, 2, 3, that locks the column, comma, and then we apply the product column. Because it's a range, so we must lock it fully. F4 once only, comma, refers to the criteria. This happens to be same row where my products can change, so I must lock the row over here. F4 2 times to lock the row, and then close SUMIFS over here. So if I copy that across and down by pressing Ctrl DR, you can notice that I get the values available across. So Southern Brownie would not be a value here. Let's match. Brownie for here is north, east, and west again. So there is no Brownie with south combination. So if I see a grand total over here, for example, for all of these entries, I can see that these are the totals, and the grand total for this across, for example, can be matched to see if my sum is correct. That is 261500. And if I see the total over here, for example, I can verify that my sum is correct. 261500. That is the answer matching over here. So this way I can have my SUMIFS well defined over here. So we can copy this again and paste it here for future reference. And that makes it the entry over here. Let us revise that once again. SUMIFS, first argument is my entire sale column, this column. Second argument is my region column, this column, and then the region value. SUMIFS always requires the first column as a numeric value, and thereafter at least one pair with column as a criteria column and the criteria value as one pair. Subsequently, I can have multiple pairs available till more than 100 pairs. So in SUMIFS, I require at least one numeric column and one pair. One pair means the first has to be a column entry and second has to be a criteria. So in case I want to match multiple criteria, then I must mention first numeric entry, then the column for criteria column, and then a single criteria value for that column. Similarly, if I want to match more columns, I'll need next column value and the criteria for that column range. That's how we close SUMIFS over here. Let us revise the steps. SUMIFS arguments. First is range to sum. Second is criteria range. Third is criteria on which sum is required. Next, if required more comparisons, then repeat column range and value up to more than 100 times. Hope this is fine. In case you require more videos to be made on specific requirements that you might have, you can please write in the comment section after liking the same. Thank you so much.